Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm looking at my little mini greenhouses, I call them, outside. I put these in August, I believe it was, and I'm trying to grow some azaleas and some rose bushes. I did try several times and some of them did root in earlier spring and I was able to put them in the ground. I'm not quite sure how many of them will survive the winter though. But I put these in later on. These 4 Gatorade bottles, I did cut them, and Powerade. Cut these bottles, if you can see them, because if you could see them, there they are. I put them in, I cut the bottoms, if I could get this one off. I did cut the bottom part off and then used it, just put it over the plant. This thing is growing, it's definitely alive, this one. And I put it back, put them over them like that to give them a as you can see, this it's still sweating inside and it is winter time. As you can see, so there's moisture inside the bottle, so they're getting some type of warmth. I'm trying to get them to actually root. And so I have this one here had a bottle. I took it off. I thought it was dead, but the little one survived. That is a rose bush and it did root. It's definitely alive. And then this one right here, if you can see it, it's upside down. I'm trying to get it off. Give me a sec. It has 2 rose bush stems on it, and I guess it's definitely alive if you could look at it very closely. You see that, guys? It's alive. And I can also check for the roots, and I feel like I'm ripping the roots, guys. I hope there's a root. There it is. So it did root. I'm going to put it back into the ground. There are 2 of them there, in fact. So I'm going to put it back into the ground. More than 2. There are more than 2. Some have gotten themselves well established. That white one is a new one. So it is growing. And so those things you're seeing on it, buds, they're coming up. New leaves are coming up, so that is good. I'll put this thing back in a little bit. And then these over here I think are just azaleas. And this one here, as you can see, I did cut the bottom of the Gatorade, and they're not very big, but these were small things I actually put underneath. So there they are, with very little hope of them growing so late in the season. But if I pull, let me try to pull. Soil is so soft. Yep, they did root. Do you see those roots? If I could focus, it did root, so I could put them back into the soil and move on from there. But these things are working. You can actually see the moisture inside the containers, so it is keeping them warm, trying to get them to root even though it's winter time. But really, it hasn't been very cold, very cold this winter. But there it is. We did have some below freezing, and then that's about it. But that's them. But these are my little mini greenhouses, and I use it for propagation of my cuttings, my stems. That's them right there. Let me put these back and then come back, guys. I do have 4 of them in here, as you can see, and they're all growing, but they don't have to be very big. You can start out very small, and that's exactly what I did. I wasn't too sure of what I was going to accomplish with this method, so I tried something small, and they are growing. So now I have 4 of them in here, and this one right here, these are the azaleas, if you can see them, and they look healthy. These things are definitely growing because they were much smaller before. So those are my azaleas. Oh my gosh. And then right here, over here I should say, I have another azalea over there. So they are growing. Look at my hands, guys. Soil all over. Okay, so, and then I have, of course, this drip irrigation system which I set up last summer. It was the best thing. Just turn that thing on a timer and it just goes, and whenever you want it to. So that is a very good thing. That was a very cheap investment because it didn't cost that much money, but it was well worth every single penny. There it is. Okay, guys, and these are my little mini greenhouses outside. So it's actually pretty warm because it's warm. Look at it. If you look at it, look at that. Just look at that. Doesn't look very cold. You know, there are no leaves, but it doesn't look very cold out here. You know, it just looked like a damp day. Okay, guys. But back on focus. If you look at this, it's you can accomplish little mini greenhouses outside, and they work perfectly fine. Plastic, keep the warmth in. They're rooting. I'm happy about that, and I can use them next spring. I'm hoping I'll come and check on them several times during the winter time, and especially early in March to see how they're growing, to remove these bottles off of them. But I'm going to leave them underneath for now because I'm not quite sure if it'll actually get really cold. And like as I remember this one, they had about three or four roots, and one of them was quite new, so I'm not quite sure how much root they're going to have, and if they're going to sustain a cold winter, because I'm quite sure it will get cold sooner or later, at least for a short period of time. But they're functioning well, and they're doing what they're supposed to do, these little mini greenhouses. So have a good one, guys, and these are my bottle greenhouses. Have a good one. Bye.